Recently, I've gone on a business book binge, reading the books Traction, Profit First, The Minimalist Entrepreneur, and Business Made Simple. Now, each book always leaves behind like a little nugget of information, and this book, Traction, actually talked about a scorecard. So we're gonna make one in this video, and essentially it's where you rate your business on a weekly basis. You basically give yourself a score, and I made it using the software Canva. So in this video, we're gonna talk about what a scorecard is, what things you should be tracking on your scorecard, and then we're going to make one in Canva, and then it will also link a template below so you can use that as well. If you're new here, I'm Liz. I'm a data science manager at Intel, and I film videos on books, productivity, and goal setting. So if you're into that kind of stuff, then feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, let's jump into it. So what is a scorecard? Essentially, a scorecard is like a worksheet that you fill out, and you basically give yourself a score at the end of each week to determine, like, are you on track? Do you understand? Are you going up? Are you going down? Kind of just to get a gauge on your business, like a holistic kind of bird's eye view, but on a weekly basis, because then you can kind of flip around and turn it around really quickly rather than checking every month. Okay, sounds great. We know what a scorecard is. What exactly are we tracking? This is the hardest part, because the scorecard that he said in the book Traction actually talked about a bunch of random stuff that I didn't need to really track, because obviously I'm a creator. I have a creator business. It's very different than your stereotypical, normal business where you sell physical products. So what I found are a few different items that I like to track personally, and I put them into two different categories. One is things that you can control. Okay, you can control the amount of videos that you produce each week. You can control how many newsletters you send. What you can't control is the other thing. So that's how many subscribers you get. You kind of have influence, because the more videos, the more subscribers. But at the end of the day, you can't control how many people sign up for your channel. You can't control how many views you get. You can do as much as you possibly can to make the video as nice as it is, but at the end of the day, it's out of your control once you press the publish button. So I like to have a mix of both things. So the first thing I like to track is how many videos I'm producing, because at the end of the day, my YouTube channel is basically the sole source or the backbone of my business. So I feel like controlling how many videos I produce is something I should look at. The other thing I like to look at is subscriber gain. Now that's out of my control, but I kind of like to see how the amount of videos I produce influences my subscriber gain. And then I also track watch time. So that's how many hours people are watching my videos. I also track views, because that's slightly different. Watch time is audience retention. Views is just clicking and watching for a few seconds counts as a view. And then finally, I will track revenue. I do not track profit weekly, because that sounds painful, but I do track how much money I am pulling in each week, but it's not profit, it is pure revenue. I make my scorecards in Canva here. So what I'm sharing here is just a normal sheet on Canva. Now, you might be thinking, why aren't you tracking this in an Excel spreadsheet? You're a data science manager. Shouldn't you be all over the data? Yeah, okay, I get it, but this is pretty. And there's something to be said about aesthetics. Yes, I certainly could track it in Notion. I could track it on an Excel spreadsheet, but that just does not motivate me. This motivates me. I know it's very manual, because you have to, copy and paste it over and edit it and move it around or whatever. But I really like it because it allows me to think. I'm like, okay, I did one, and then I could change the color to green or red depending on if I met the goal. And that to me is just like a process that I like to do, and doing it manually kind of slows me down, makes me think, and it's pretty. There really is something to be said about it being pretty, because I haven't quite found a way to do it in Notion that makes me satisfied, but I may move it to Notion, because right now I can't do anything with the numbers other than look at them. And I'm just like, oh, I was green, a little bit of red, now I'm back in green. So one day I'm gonna put it into Notion. Have not done that yet, but this is essentially my scorecard for September, October, November. I will link below this template as well. I also go over this in my creator business course, which I will also link below, but I share this publicly on Twitter every Wednesday. I do mine on Wednesdays, and I'll link my Twitter as well. And so I share this with my exact revenue, so everyone can see how much I'm making with my YouTube, the affiliates, all that jazz. But essentially what you're gonna do is you pick your goal. So I have a goal of 1 video a week, right? I like to post on Mondays, which if you watch my channel, you know that already. But then I add subscribers, views, revenue, and watch time. And there's a plus because this isn't total. This is just plus how much I've made in a week. This is a weekly goal. Now you can see my old scorecard had a little bit lower, right? I wanted 20, you know, revenue is lower, and you slowly increase your goals over time. And then you'll start to notice certain things are habits. Like my subscribers really sucked the last couple weeks, or the last couple months. They just were not hitting it. And I was hitting green, 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 green. And then all of a sudden it's like, dang, like I really struggled September, October to get those subscriber counts. So you kind of can start seeing what are you actually doing each week, which is fascinating to me because you can also see what videos did really good things for you. So you can see I jumped from 22 subscribers 1 week to 81. That was off of one video. One video did very well, the video that I posted. So you can start to see that and be like, wow, that can really affect your watch time or whatever. And you could do more data analysis if you had this in a spreadsheet, but I just like looking at it like this, I can see, you know what, on an average, I usually gain around 25 subscribers a week. And you can start like thinking when people ask you those types of questions, you know. So this is almost like gamifying your business. You're making this more fun. You're tracking it. I love doing my scorecard. Every Wednesday, I love filling it out and I love posting on Twitter. It is so fun. And I think it's Canva that makes it fun because it's pretty, it's cool. People are like, oh, look at the colors, you know? Where on Notion, it just doesn't hit right. I've also been thinking about doing a scorecard for myself, like tracking how many online courses am I finishing or whatever. But I can't think of like a good weekly goal because I usually have a habit tracker, but I am kind of playing around with it because I think it would be kind of cool to score myself each week, even though that sounds kind of unhealthy. But anyway, I hope this helps you think about your business kind of as a whole. And like I said, I just finished my business course. Like I am launching it this week. By the time this video is out, I will have already launched my course and I worked so hard on it. And I will link the trailer to the course somewhere up here so that you guys can check it out. And I have other tips, kind of like the scorecard and other things, lots of Notion templates, lots of Canva templates, kind of all wrapped into one for anyone who wants to join this creator journey.